Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're looking at Bucks County, PA. I have seen it before. Actually, I've been testing on it and stuff. I've only actually tested the areas around the farm and then down a little bit. Terry's already tested all the fields. Like I said, we are doing this on Twitch, so hopefully it won't mess up. It is being recorded for YouTube. I don't have a lot of information on it, and I plan on selling a lot of his stuff during my actual gameplay because I like old iron, but he knows that, so it's not going to bother him any. He knows what I'm fixing to do. He actually dropped some stuff on this map for me, kind of eye candy. So the only description that you're going to have for this map, and I'll read it off for you. I just wanted to mainly focus on the highlights that a lot of maps don't have. A lot of maps don't have the multi-fruit set up to where you can do much with them. And as you can see in the animal foods over here, your sheep, you can give them grass, hay, clover, alfalfa, horses, oats, alfalfa, hay, clover. You can do like a little mixture and stuff. Chicken, all the stuff you can feed them. The cows, of course, your TMR, and you can feed them alfalfa and clover. So I mean, things has a value to it now as far as your multi fruits go. This is based upon a real life place. One of his people is that's a patron is a really good friend of mine, and he is playing his map, and he's from that area, and he said it's really close to his area. And I just want to point out, since we are on Twitch, I do have it set up. I will have the links in the description of the YouTube video of all Terry's stuff. There's his Facebook page. Like I said, it is Patreon. This virus has hit a lot of people and stuff. A lot of people's losing their jobs and stuff. This is actually a good way now to help support Terry. I'm not saying he's suffering. I'm just saying that this is a really good way to help support him and a lot of other people that's now kind of stranded at home because of this virus. But patrons are getting to test the map, helping the creation of the map even, and they took part in it a little bit as far as giving like insights and stuff like that, or letting them know stuff they would like to see. They've got to play with him and more. He's going to do that for a few months, and then it will go public, unlike all his maps before where they just went public. And also, I'll have a link on here for multi Twitch. I love it. It's hard for me to watch a lot of people now that more people was at home because of the virus and stuff. So I do good to see people at 180 to 360 quality. If they go higher than that, I can't watch them at all because there's just so many on this old infrastructure for internet where I live. It's kind of sad, but a lot of cities and stuff aren't affected the way that we are. So there's no sense in like having to say goodbye to your Twitch streamer and stuff. You can use multi Twitch. You can get involved in each of them's chats and see more than one person at once. I just fell in love with using that stuff. So we're fixing to dive in and look at this map. I'm going to show it off a little bit before I start doing my thing and getting into hopefully some old music and stuff like that. This is the actual farm. And of course, your water. Let me show the map first, because a lot of people want to see the map first. There's not a square field in this. If you want a square field in this map, go down here. That's what this is for. It's for you to do what you want to with. You can see it's real cheap to buy any of it. Get you sell your property or start in your multiplayer mode or whatever it is you want to do. And comment, but sorry, square fields are for square people. I actually don't mind the square fields. Here's one right here. Here's another one. So I mean, if you want them, cut down the trees and plow it up, and there's your square field. Just make your own fields the way that you want them. So there's really no reason to. Yes, like SpongeBob. SpongeBob would do square farming, right? Chat. So anyway, like I said, you got the ability to edit these fields or start with your own down here. So it's really cool. It's really easy to go and do it however you want. That's what I'm fixing to do. And I'm thinking about pulling this great big, this is a monster field right here. I mean, it's absolute beast of a field. This right here, it's got islands and stuff. I did this, no problem at all. But I'm thinking about doing it with my 3-meter pull, or it's actually less than that, pull combine. But I'll have to trace it out first, which means I'm going to lose some crop, but I really don't care. It's just a really fun combine. It might take me 3 days to do it, but I'm going to do it. But anyway, you want it, 15, 16. Here's your silos, your fuel, and your house is down the road a little bit. And like I said, there's not really a square shaped field in a whole bunch. He did say that he added another sales point. And you do have a lot of sell points, so this will be great for competitive pricing and stuff. You got green arrows all over the place. Like I said, it is multi-fruit. Here they are. But I mean, you got sell points all over this map. If you're driving all the way across the map to a sell point, you're just doing it because you like the price. But I mean, it's got a lot of places to sell at. Of course, you got your jobs. And in a garage, true to Terry's style farming, he loves and bleeds green. He loves John Deere, and he always goes really big with his equipment. He always makes sure you have plenty of stuff. So if you're into that, which I don't mind it during testing, I actually use some of his setups and stuff like that. But I just don't play that way. It's not my style of play. I like the old iron. But it is there if you want it. And if not, do like I do and sell it. It's just that simple. An interesting thing, before I go too far, not the chickens, but these cows, the sheep. The sheep area is several big areas. I had to remember how to jump between playing Fortnite and Fallout and everything else. They changed the jumps. So let's just bring up some money first. We'll F11 it. We'll add a bunch of money. I'm going to end up deleting a bunch before it's over with. That's 100,000. Let's do 1,000,000. Just so I can show y'all. We'll just do all brown cows this time. So, of course, your gates does work. I'm sitting here jumping gates, but your gates does work. But they will walk from each of these sections. Of course, unless you want to watch them walk through a gate, just open a gate. Then you won't have to watch them walk through the gate. But it's very beautiful. I really love how he did the trees and stuff. He knows I'm really big on making sure stuff is natural. And this looks really natural. But you don't have to worry about them walking through, but they will walk through the fence areas. But it's not that simple a square. It's to the whole edge of the fences. On the cows and sheep and horses are all the same way. But let me get you up in the air. Here's a little bird's eye view of your cattle area up close. Hello, DB. Good to see you. I know you've been working a lot. Mr. Syric and Robin is here in chat as well. But, like right here, I mean, we have places around here around me looks just like this. Me and Terry was actually talking about a map, next map and stuff. And I was showing him a location that literally has some of the wildest looking, that's been cut by a river, fields. And you can tell how they kind of went with the flow of the river, the way the river used to be. And then it has great big square fields. And then my area here is just one field after another that looks weirder than this. And a lot like that. And yet in some places, a lot of places, I mean, I showed him one picture, literally the field was cut by a 4-lane and they still work both sides of it. So there's a little spotting behind people's houses, probably about 3 houses wide. One combine swap through there and they're done. According to Huck and according to Terry, Huck lives there. They don't really have mountains per se, like a lot of this in the background, but I imagine PA is close to the Appalachian mountain range. So it is very hilly, a lot of singular buildings and stuff to a single hills. They're going to have a lot of foothills and stuff like that. But as far as mountains, I'm sure they got them pretty close to Pennsylvania, but I don't know how close or if it runs through it. I'd have to Google that up. But like I said, right here in the yards and stuff, everything looks really natural. I've actually really been enjoying playing this mount. It offers a lot of. I don't remember last time you streamed this. It was. Well, I streamed it. I tested it again about a couple days ago, but I had a lot of trouble with my internet and stuff. And so far, like I said, everything that I've looked at has a very natural feel. I like it. It's just not a single tree or any of that kind of stuff. It's got rolling hills all over. You're not going to be able to see a long ways because, I mean, it's going to look a lot like rural counties. Your edges of the map is done in Terry's normal way that he does it, which is usually just like this right here. It's going to be like this all the way around the map, so you don't have no steep cliffs or any of that kind of stuff blocking up your views. Let's go down this way here. This does have a water trigger, if I remember right. Him saying in here, so you can get your water from this around this sawmill area. I won't be doing that. You do have traffic. Not a lot of traffic. At least it wasn't whenever I played it. And it still looks kind of sparse. You got just enough traffic on there to say it's alive. So you're not going to be having to deal with a lot of traffic. So if you accidentally pull out stuff, there's a good chance you won't be plowing into a car. I remember the last video that I did. I came down through here and, yep, that's Kentucky. Old houses, old buildings, stuff like that. Grown up sides of the roads, but somewhat mowed. And it just looks like a true rural area. Of course, I told him that I thought the BGA was. I wonder what went through his mind when he thought of that. I don't do BGAs. I'm not going to do BGAs. I don't like BGAs no more. I did them a lot to the point I was just tired of doing BGAs. I like the silo fermenters and stuff. But, and he did. This was a vacant parking lot. And whenever I seen it, I was like, why would you add a parking lot? What made you think of that? Because people has to work there. And most of your businesses comes with the parking lot or places to park already. But the BGA, I've never really seen a map that does. And I said, you got gates here and everything else and then walk in and out. I said, it'd be really cool if you maybe add some people that works there, walking in and out, may put a spline in there and add some parked cars, and he did. So it's pretty cool. And to think of that and not just drop a BGA in, throw some trees around it and go on. It's just those little bit things that's kind of hard to catch. And he put them in. This is your part over here by it. These are the parts where you can make your own farm. Of course, you can buy them. You can harvest a tree. Before you couldn't cut the dead trees. Now you can. Huck did say you can grind them, but I talked to Terry, and Terry said that he's using different trees now for the dead trees and stuff, and they all cut just fine now. I always thought that the multi-fruit was nice, but I hadn't really done much with multi-fruits. I'm kind of a just old iron, wheat's just fine for me, and stuff like that. So, got your little lazy stream running down through here. I mean, it's nice. So there's that part that you can actually make your own. So if you want square fields, you can make square fields. But, and like I said, this map will go public, but it's going to be a few months down the road. He didn't want to have his patron supporters to have early access and then take it away from right after they just started it. So he's wanting to test them out. Of course, it gives us time to find stuff like that there. So I'll point that tree out to him on Facebook. But you can combine your farms. If that's what you want to do, just have fun cutting down all these trees. There's some more stream and old bridge. So, I mean, this map isn't going to be for everybody. It'd be hard to find a map that is for everybody. It's just that simple. Because some people likes their square fields, big iron, big farming. I actually use the biggest combine in the game to do these fields around here. And, because, I mean, this takes a while, even with a big combine. There is a comment about the mountains. They wish that the background was changed out. Like I said, I don't know much about PA as far as how close they are to the Appalachian Mountains, but it is surrounded by mountains, so that is a suggestion. I don't know if Mountains Huck isn't here right now, so I don't know just how much that would be relevant to this map. But usually, my biggest deal about backgrounds is I kind of agree with I don't like the yellow strips and I don't like 2D backgrounds. So to me, just something simple like this is fine. I'll never pay attention to it. I'm right here at this level. There's no border there. It's just trees and a lot of trees. And he did all this by hand because, I mean, as you can see, we had to, Robin likes the tree. Yeah, that looks about like, it is beautiful. It's pink. Nice little area. You can always buy it and put you some boots down and get your little housing triggers and play that, Robin. So, I mean, here's another area over here. I'm sure you can buy this. Here's some more. Like I said, all these fields are unusual. You do have some rocks in the middle of some of these fields. So you're not going to get rid of that unless you edit them out. I actually farmed. These are some of the ones I tested. This took no time. I did all this in a big combine. They took a while, but these didn't. I did this in about 5 minutes. That's perfect for my old iron. But then again, so is that. I don't mind doing a field that big. It'll take me 2 or 3 days, but I'll do it. I also did these two. It was a really nice view, even on that big combine. It didn't really take too long, but it's a big combine. You do have to trim out. Forget the hired workers. I tested the hired workers. They do not like this map. Actually, you can get away with it here after you trim it out, and you have to get about out to here, and it'll work just fine. But I mean, by that time, what's the point? I also tested the hired worker on this field. Problem is, for the way the hired worker works, it goes up this way, or it goes about like this, if I remember right. So you have to pretty much let the hired worker do what it wants after you trim it out, but it will work. It's just you have to babysit it. Also did another area. I think it was this. Yeah, I had this out in grass, and I had the in-game big mower here, and it did fine. I trimmed it out, and it did fine all the way up to about here. Then it got confused, and then from here up, it did fine again. So there's some places you can get away with a higher worker, possibly here, but you need to know which way they're going. Be sure you get your trim, get it all squared up and all that. Where are we at? We're up here at the top still. I might have to leave at least a mini map up. But like I said, I mean, traffic, not too much. Looks natural. Looks rural. Didn't encounter any problems. The only thing I found that just need to be fixed, I found one floating tree. And then I found, but he's done fixed that. And I found that one tree just then in a river. But it's still time to fix this stuff. Like I said, right now, it's very limited access to who actually gets in. But like I said, I will provide all the links in case you should want to join in and help him. Or just wait a few more months and it will be available. Here's your riding area over here. That would be my daughter, not me. I don't do horses. But for people who likes horses, there's a riding area there. This is the sheep area. You buy right here. It will fill all this up. This, and this. If you buy enough. And don't forget to open your gates up if you want to sit there and look at your sheep. And the horse area is here. They will walk this whole area of this and go underneath. And Terry said they actually lived in a place, I think it was about like that. Or it was Huck. One of them did. I never forgot. Told you I can't remember nothing. Here's your sawmill. It's also a place you can sell some other stuff. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun testing this map. I spent more time looking at the trees than I did the fields. Of course, y'all know me, I'm a little nuts over something needing to look right. And this looks right. And literally I ran over everything. I ran over a car, I ran over a post, and everything else. And just because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing and look at the map. The map to me is beautiful. So, here's a little old road coming up through here between these fields. Like I said, it's nothing flat. It's pretty much small to medium, and you can get into some pretty large gameplay. So, I'm going to end that here. Like I said, I will be providing links in the description of the YouTube video, and also if you want links those in chat, just type !map, and then you can get that. But with that, take care and have fun, everybody.